Hey folks, it's Medress and I'm back here with another Pokemon Go video, and today we have some shinies to go through and a little bit of news. As I'm recording this, we are about halfway through or so the first week of the Throwback Challenge. We are in Kanto week, so been a lot of really interesting spawns. I'm really interested to see what is going to happen for shinies, what's going to happen for everything that's spawned. I've seen a lot of Chanseys. I have seen a lot of starters, so a lot of Squirtle, Bulbasaur, Charmander. I've seen a lot of Venonat, of course, it's a new shiny, and I've seen just a lot of spawns that used to be pretty common but aren't anymore. So, you know, I'm really interested to see how this week's going to end up being. We're too early to tell kind of what we're going to see overall, but I've run a number of incenses and I'm pleased with what I've seen, though at least part of this week is going to be spent preparing for Friday. For Friday is my Philadelphia Safari Zone day. So for Friday, I need to have stuff cleaned out. I want to have 200 to 400 spaces for Pokemon. I expect I'll be getting a lot of regionals. I'm going to try and get as many 2K eggs as I can from stops. There's 2 stops in a gym by my house here, and then over another spot not too far away, it's about a block and a half away, is another 3 stops. So, another 2 stops and a gym. So there's a lot of potential for eggs, and I'm hoping that when I wake up on Friday morning, I'll find out from people in Australia and New Zealand who have the tickets as well, that they were hatching Mime Jr. That's something I'm really looking forward to. I am thoroughly not expecting to get any shiny Mime Juniors, but if I can hatch a single Mime Junior or a few Mime Juniors, that would be very, very handy for trading to people here. We don't get a lot of them here, so that'd be really, really cool, and I'm really hoping that'll be something we see here. Time will tell, but I'm curious, interested, and hopeful that that's going to be what we see here, because Mr. Mime is the regional for the event. I think it would only make sense if Mime Jr. was those hatching from eggs there. So let's get into the shinies, and then we'll get some news, okay? First off, I want to clarify here, these are the spawns that happened from the Genesect event. So this is all stuff that happened during Genesect, and all these spawns were Genesect related spawns. So for those who forget, you had electric, you had ice, you had lots of really interesting spawns, lots of stuff that isn't very common, and people were getting a lot of shinies. I was kind of going to this event with a list of what I was hoping to get. Shiny Snover, Shiny Electrike, those were kind of ones I was looking for. Tentacool, another one. I'd only had one of those before, kind of hoping to get a shiny of that as well. There was a lot of stuff spawning, and I think there's something from every family. If you follow me on Twitter, you kind of already know what I got that week, but I was kind of hoping for stuff. And the interesting thing is that this was going on during the time when I was moving from my main work office to a temporary office ahead of moving home, where I've now been working since the 24th of March, and that's like 5.5 weeks now. So basically I've been working from home for 5.5 weeks, and this is kind of the week leading up to that and the day that I moved my work computer home and stuff. So this first shiny is one that I was really excited about. I really, really want this, and I was really happy to get this one. This is, well, it's my second shiny Electrike, guys, and I absolutely love this. I said it before when I got my first one. This is just such a beautiful shiny. The blue is just perfect. A good counter to the green of the original one, and I'm really, really happy I saw this one. I was actually out on a walk at my lunch hour, and it popped up. It was like probably the 20th or 30th Electric I tapped on. I did not track what I was tapping on or getting screenshots of what I had of some stuff before, because it was hard to know it was going to be prevalent or frequent during the event, so it was just better to not. But I was very, very curious to see what we were going to get, and yeah, so the first one was a shiny Electrike over lunch on the first day of the Genesect event. Next up, I don't recall the exact timing of this. I think it may have just been a little bit later, maybe half an hour, 45 minutes after that first one. It was my second shiny Tentacool. So this one, along with the Electrike, are going to get evolved. This one will get evolved today, or we'll do a Tentacruel evolve today for a shiny, so we can get up to Tentacruel. I don't think we'll do the Electric today. We'll save that for another video. That's a really special one, so I really want to make sure that's a good, important evolution for me in a week maybe that I don't have a lot of shinies that I caught, or a new shiny evolution family to do. So I half considered naming it John Henke, but I decided not to, because that might have just been a little weird. But yeah, so shiny Tentacool number 2 was my second shiny of the event, and that was, again, like just a little while after the first one, and very, very happy to get that one. So the next one here is another shiny that I was really excited to get, really happy to get. It was one that I went to this event kind of really hoping for because it was a new shiny for this event, and that is shiny Nincada. Now, this is something I don't always feel like I'm going to get a shiny from the event. For the shiny that come with events, I usually feel it's kind of a 50-50 shot. I've had events where I've gone 3 or 4 events and not gotten the event shiny. I've gone entire events without getting a single shiny, and therefore I don't always expect to get them. But this was one, it was a house spawn. I can think in my head exactly which spawn point near my house it came from. It wasn't an incense spawn. This was a house spawn, and I was really happy to get this one. It is such a nice looking shiny, and the nice coloring, it was just perfect, and I was really happy to get this one. So there is my first shiny Nincada. Really hoping at some point to get the second one so that I can do the evolution, and hopefully at some point we'll get the shiny Shedinja, though I really don't know how they're going to do that, so I guess we'll have to wait and see. But we do at least have the ability to get the Nincada and the Ninjask in our collections, and we'll see what Shedinja comes in the future. My next shiny is, this is another one, a third one out of 4 that was basically completing a family, and that is shiny Lillipup. I already had 2, so I was good with that, but I really like to have the full family, so I wanted to make sure I got 3 of these, and this one, I tell you, this one always throws me. It is such a close coloring for the shiny over the non-shiny that I'm never quite certain if I actually have what I think I have. So this made me really happy to get. I was really excited, and at some point I'll probably do the double evolution. I'll do one evolving up to Herdier and then another one up to Stoutland. So I will one day, in another video, complete that shiny family as well. But there is my third shiny Lillipup. It is such a beautiful Lillipup, and I think it looks really good, and I cannot wait to maybe get that next to a shiny Skitty in a shot. That'd be pretty cool. Alright, so at the end of the last video, we didn't quite have all the information we wanted on what's happening in May. And now we do. So we now know some extra information. First off, we do know what's happening for Go Rocket stuff, well, actually further than May. So they did announce in this blog post here that Team Go Rocket Special Research will be taking a break. The story behind it is that the Team Go Rocket people are not able to be found. We don't know where they are. We'll keep looking for them, kind of stuff. Basically, the premise is being like they've disappeared. We don't know what's happening, but we don't trust they're gone away for good. Basically, I think this is just trying to keep people from having to feel like they have to go out to find Giovanni and find Grunts and find the leaders throughout the next few months. So between now and September, we will likely not have a Team Go Rocket Special Research. I don't know if you'll still be able to complete them. I don't know if the Go Rocket Grunts and the leaders will be taking a break. I don't believe so, but I think that there's a possibility at least that they will. I think there's a possibility at least they will take a break, cut those off at a certain point with some warning to make sure anybody who already has research, like I do, that can get those completed before things really stop for the Go Rocket stuff. I think they want to keep people home as much as they can, and everything we're seeing is an encouragement of that. From remote raiding to special research given to you every day and all that stuff, it just really encourages you to stay home. So I really feel like this is another indication they just want to stay home, stay safe, and wait until we're a little more clear on this stuff. Next up, we also found out what's happening for the research breakthrough this month. And I do understand there are some Pokemon Go YouTubers who are not super excited by this. I am quite excited by this, and let me tell you why once we're done talking about what is actually coming. So, Shinx, with bonus Shinx candy, will be the research breakthrough encounter for the entire month, from Friday, May 1st to June 1st, 1 p.m. Pacific time. We will have Shinx. Now, I only have one shiny Shinx, and I still need several, 2 at least, lucky Shinx. So I am very excited by the possibility of getting more Shinx, and maybe some shinies, and more people having Shinx to trade to me. So that would be really nice, and I'm really, really excited by that. I really hope soon we'll get lucky trading by remote. I know there's people who've been asking for that. No indication yet from Niantic if we're actually going to get that. But I'm really excited by that possibility, and I really hope that we do have some way to make use of that, because I've got a lot of lucky trades with people who are in other countries, and if I can do those lucky trades, I'll be arranging stuff. I'll be arranging Shinx, I'll be arranging Ferroseed, I'll be arranging Gibbles, I'll be arranging regionals. I will absolutely be trading this stuff up. So definitely looking forward to that, and hopeful that soon in the very near future that that will be a possibility. However, we don't have anything about that. We don't have any knowledge or information, any indication from Niantic they're even considering that. So this is just a wish list right now. Do not take this as a, it's coming. We don't know that it is. Next, coming probably before you actually see this, we have our Spotlight hours. Now, we have on Tuesday, May 5th, Shelder will be the Spotlight Pokemon, which can be shiny. And during that 1 hour, you will earn twice the Stardust for catching a Pokemon. So you definitely want to make sure you have star pieces, a couple of star pieces on during that hour, just to make sure that you have the full hour covered and get as much Stardust as you can. Tuesday, May 12th, Sunkern will be the Spotlight Pokemon, and you'll earn twice the XP for catching Pokemon during that event. I would love to get that because it can also be shiny, and I only have one shiny of Sunkern. Tuesday, May 19th, Poochyena will be in the Spotlight, and you'll earn twice the candy for catching Pokemon. So, polish off those pineapple berries, you will want to use them, and if you want to get your shiny Poochyena family done, that's definitely an hour to be out and hunting. I definitely need one. I only have one of those, so I look forward to be able to do that in the near future. And lastly, on Tuesday, May 26th, we'll have Bronzor in the Spotlight, and you'll earn twice the candy for transferring Pokemon. So make sure that ahead of that, you are labeling stuff for transfer, and then transferring it over to the professor on the farm upstate, so that you can get as much of your candy as possible during that Spotlight hour. I already have lots of Bronzor shinies, and I do have at least one Hundo Bronzong, so I don't really need that, but I may catch a few, see if I get any shinies, so I can have them for trading in the future. And that is pretty much it. That's all we know about what's coming in May. There's not been a lot of new information other than one note I want to make about Go Battle League. The end of Season 1 was supposed to have happened this past Friday, and Season 2 was supposed to have started. However, they found some issues. I believe it's the incredible lag that was happening in the last few days of the event, and they have postponed the end of Season 1 to the 10th of May, I believe. So if you are in Go Battle League, by now you already know this, you're probably trying to get your rank up a little bit more. However, we don't know what that's going to mean for the timelines given in the post about Go Battle League Season 2, but I will leave that to other Pokemon Go YouTubers to let you know about that, because it's not really my thing to really comment on Go Battle League too much. I did reach rank 7, but I think that was a lot of flukes. Since the week of opening all 3 of them happened, I did not get a single win. I actually have it in my Go Battle League right now that I'm basically on the point of you keep playing till you win one, and it's just going to bring my rank down, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. I'll wait until Season 2 begins, see if that actually just clears out, or if not, I'll take my first win in Season 2. But definitely check out the news about Go Battle League if you're interested in that feature. Not quite done with the news there yet. Sorry, Medros, but we have more to talk about. It's Medros here, from the future. And Niantic has provided us more news. Thankfully, we're still editing, so it's good. I know it's good. You know, it's just the way it is. But, so, first off, Remote Raid Pass Raid Hour is here. I'm hoping to have this out before it happens, but we'll see. But it does appear that now that we have remote raid passes, we're going to have a remote raid hour, and the first one will be Altered Form Giratina. That, of course, will be happening Wednesday, March 6th, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. your local time, and there's going to be a 1 raid pass box in the store for 1 Pokecoin. Unfortunately, it'll replace the 3 pass 1 Pokecoin bundle that was there before, so unfortunately, if you didn't get the 3, you're just going to get the 1. Sorry, guys. Maybe they'll bring back the 3 after the 1. Who knows? So basically what this means is that we are going to see, absolutely without a doubt, Altered Form Giratina Raid Hour. I'm sure we will have a Virizion Raid Hour as well next week, and going forward we'll probably have the return of our Raid Hours like we used to have them. We won't be able to do as many as we used to unless you have a lot in view, but at least we'll have some opportunity. I can see about 7 or 8 gyms depending on drift from my area, so I'll take 7 chances at a shiny. So I don't know that I'll be doing a whole lot for Giratina. I will probably save the remote raid passes that I have available to me to use for Virizion because I'd really like that shiny. And you'll see how my Darkrai raids have gone in another video in the future. But for now, that is what we're seeing. So raid hours are back, guys, and they're not going to be like they were before, but they're just as interesting and just as shiny filled, hopefully. Good luck, guys. So we mentioned earlier that Go Battle League Season 2 had been postponed because they found some issues, and they have announced the new start date of Season 2. It'll begin on the 11th, which is next Monday, and it looks like all of the other dates for different phases throughout the entire Season 2 have been shifted by the 10 days. So it will still happen, it's just going to happen a little bit later. So good luck with your Go Battle League fights out there, and I hope you guys have a lot of fun. And the last piece of news, hopefully before I get this done, is that we will have a new limited research and incense day coming up very, very soon. First off, we have Snubbull Limited Research Day. Saturday, May 9th, from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. local time, you can enjoy Snubbull Limited Research through special timed research tasks. With more than 50 task rewarding encounters with Snubbull, you'll have plenty of chances to catch this fairy Pokemon. If you're lucky, you could even encounter a shiny one. Good luck, guys. Be sure to complete the timed research during this time, as it will disappear at 10 p.m. local time on the dot. They will be occurring at the same time as the Safari Zone Philadelphia ticketed event and the Throwback Challenge 2020 for Johto, so there'll be a lot to do this coming weekend. Thankfully, my Philly day is on Friday, so this is not going to interfere with me, but 50 timed tasks spread out through an entire 14-hour period is going to be a lot of stuff to do. I hope it's just like catch 5 Pokemon or catch a couple Pokemon, or I don't know. I hope it's easy stuff. I'm hoping it won't require like go battle league stuff or doing a remote raid, because that's not super fair. And I also hope you can either delete them or ignore them, and that if you don't do one that you really can't do, that it'll be pushed out of the way or ignored as you move on to the next timed one. We'll have to see how it all happens, and I'll definitely be watching New Zealand for that. Next up, on Sunday, May 17th, from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. local time, we will see another Incense Day. Now, this one is going to be for water and dark type Pokemon, and this will include Carvanha. Now, this is a dark water Pokemon, so we can probably expect to see that happening and spawning throughout the entire 6 hours of the event. Now, I already have one Carvanha. Would I turn down another one? Absolutely not. I expect to see, or I hope to see, I guess, that we'll see similar spawn rates on this as we saw for the Sentrits for the first Incense Day, but we'll have to wait and see. I'm very curious to see how it's going to be, though, and I'm very excited to see this. We will have a 3 Incense Pokecoin bundle in the shop for this event, and they do say that in addition to Carvanha, Pokemon will be appearing for each different type here. So for water, they say you might encounter Horsey, Timpole, and more. And if luck is on your side, you may see Alomomola appearing in the wild, or from Incense, I guess. As well, when you get to the dark side here, you might find Murkrow, Sableye, and others, and if you're incredibly lucky, you could encounter Scraggy. I only have one Scraggy. I need at least one more, preferably 3 more, because I really want to get the lucky and the non-lucky decks. So I'm definitely looking for 3 Scraggy out of this event. I would love to get a shiny Carvanha or more, one or more of those. And, you know, I'd love to get a shiny Horsey. I need more Alomomola for my lucky decks to get that one as lucky. I think I have that one lucky. Don't want more Murkrow. Please no Murkrow. Please no. Please, please no. Sableye is another thing I really would like. And I don't have a shiny of that one, so that'd be really cool. Don't need luckies for that one, though. So really just want the golden Sableye. So they do say from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. we are going to have, we're going to say water, because my screen's it very poorly formatted here. So I think the first hour is going to be water, then dark, then water, then dark, then water, then dark. So 3 hours of water, 3 hours of dark, and lots of interesting things to look at. So for my Pokedex entries that I'll be getting screenshots of, I'll be definitely checking Sableye, I'll be checking a lot of Alomomola, Horsey, and Carvanha, because that's great. I want to see how many I see of each of those, seen, caught, and to see kind of what my shiny odds are. I didn't check Sentret before the last one, and I don't know how many I saw, but I caught a lot of shinies. So, and you'll see that video hopefully very soon. But yeah, so that's some new events, and I think that's actually it for the news. Hopefully there's no more news before this goes up, but if there is, you'll see it now. If not, let's get back to the past. Alright, and let's get back to the shinies so I can show you what else I caught. So the next shiny here is one, I mean, I don't even know why I try anymore. I don't even know why I click on this thing anymore. It's, I think, my 5th or 6th shiny Sneasel. It's, at this point, it's just ridiculous. I just have so many shiny Sneasels, and I don't know that I have any use for them. I really don't know that I have any use at all for this many. I don't know if there's any demand for them, but, you know, I will say they can sort of lift your spirits. I did say, though, after how much success I had on my first day, I was kind of like, oh, well, based on what I've seen here, you know, it's very possible that if I get a shiny Snover, and if I get a shiny Growlithe, and if I get, I can't remember what the other one was, like, I would get a shiny in all of the families that, or all the types that were out for Genesect event. And I kind of laughed, you know, I'd love to get a Snover, but I'll probably get a Sneasel. And apparently I jinxed myself, I guess, because shiny Sneasel is what I got. But it is a beautiful Pokemon, and maybe at some point I'll evolve another one or two Weavile. I have lots of Sinnoh Stones, so it's not going to kill me for that. Next up, we have another shiny that I have many of, and this actually had a community day, but I didn't get a lot during the community day. So I'm not too upset about getting another one of these, because I kind of feel like these are something that are still not super common for shiny. I know that every shiny has the same shiny rate, except for a very small number of them, but I do feel like this one has a little more importance, and it is my 5th, I think, shiny Pikachu. Pikachu is just such a beautiful, beautiful shiny. I love seeing it. I don't have any shiny hatted ones, but I do have 5 shiny Pikachus, or three shiny Pikachus, 2 shiny Raichus, and I think I have 2 shiny Pichus as well. So I have lots of shinies in this family. Unfortunately, even shiny Pikachu does like to fight a little bit, so this one took a little bit to catch, but we did eventually add it to our collection, and it even counted for a research or 2, so that was really nice. And yeah, so there's another shiny Pikachu to my collection. Now, I was talking about I'd get a shiny of every type that was part of Genesect, and I wanted a shiny Growlithe. I have already one. I love a second one so that I can do the family, have the family, and get an Arcanine as shiny. However, I didn't get a shiny Growlithe, but I did get a shiny Fire type. So we have a 3rd or 4th shiny Houndour. Shiny Houndour is a nice Pokemon. Again, like the blue coloring, it's very noticeable from the darker color of the non-shiny. And it is a nice evolution. I have more than I need for those, so I think this one will end up being a trade one, but it's still good to have. And I do love a shiny, and a shiny is a shiny. So there's my shiny Fire type for the Genesect event. And this Pokemon here, I wasn't sure I was going to Steel type. I wasn't sure I was going to Steel type during this event, but I did. This was caught, I was literally in the cab on my way from the temporary office home with my computers, and this was caught a couple of blocks away. I was in the cab just tapping as best I could, tapping and checking, tapping and checking, tapping and checking, and boom, my first shiny Skarmory that I caught myself. Now, I do already have one that was traded to me from the wife, because she has like 5 of them. I'm very happy I got my own, because I do like to have my own, my self-caught shinies of my own collection. So this was my first shiny that I caught of Skarmory, and it is a beautiful, beautiful greenish, brownish one. I love it. It's just beautiful, and I'm very happy to have it. And that was kind of me up until I got home. I do want to show you the result of that event, and that is my catching of Genesect. Genesect was a hard catch. I think it took like a minute, minute and a half. And I was even using Ultra Balls too. Now, Genesect is a beautiful Pokemon. It's definitely really cool. I can't wait to see how they incorporate the drive system of Genesect into Pokemon Go. How they can maybe change his moves, maybe give him different moves. We'll have to wait and see how they do that, but I'm very intrigued by that. It'll be really cool to see what they do there. However, I'm just glad that I finally got Genesect. I am though also looking forward to get a better one, or a second one at least, at the end of the Throwback Challenge we're currently on, because they did say that will be part of the research rewards for that event. And we just need another Genesect. It's all there is to it. Like I said, it's a really nice Pokemon. I was really happy to have it, and it was really good to have this research. I really felt like the research, unlike the Regigigas research, I felt like there's not a lot in that research that I was actually going to be able to do. I don't rate a lot, I don't have a rating group, so that event wasn't really for me. This one I could do wherever I was. It was just catching, and it didn't really require me to do anything special. So that is why I chose to do this one over the Regigigas one, and the rewards were worth it for me, because Durant is something I was never going to get outside of trading with somebody who's over that part of the world. So it was a no-brainer for me. I unfortunately did not get my Dex entry for Durant. I must have lost the recording or forgot to record that, but I do now have a Durant, and that is one less thing on my Pokedex entry list. I do need to get lucky of that one, so that might be a same for same trade for somebody who's done this event and just doesn't really care whether they trade that away for a lucky chance. So there we go. There is my Genesect event in a shiny and new Pokedex entry format for you. Alright, and now that we're done with that event, we are going to do our shiny evolution. And that is, again, our shiny Tentacool. What we're going to do is we're going to evolve the Tentacool we got back at the Grey Cup time when the Winnipeg Blue Bombers won the Grey Cup and named it after our quarterback. So this will be the one we evolve up to a Tentacruel. So let's do that now, and let's see how it looks. I know a lot of people are really, really excited by ones they've caught either through the Liverpool event, which had a lot of water spawns, or through the various spawns we've had of water in the last little while. I was really excited by having this, and Tentacruel is just a beautiful shiny. I really like it, and I'm really happy that I have it finally in my shiny Pokedex. But that will be it for this episode. I hope you guys do follow me on Twitter at Pokemon Go Medros. And of course, don't forget to like and subscribe. And we'll see you next time. In the meantime, take care, happy hunting those Pokemon, and don't forget to catch them all. Cheers.